Hello, everybody. Welcome to Let's Learn. In last session, guys, we have covered all these things, and we have left three-way lookup and how to look up the last value from the column. So, guys, in this session, we are going to cover these two, and the session is going to be very useful, guys, because we have defined three-way lookup all multiple tables. Let me show it to you. Three-way lookup, you know that this is one table, and guys, this is my second table, and this is my third table. Understand that what actually we are doing here. We want to create a dashboard where we have to just to the discretion of the user, the value should reflect in one of the cell. So it can be any candidate, it can be any subject, it can be any table, pre-test, mid-test, or final test, the table we have selected. So guys, before you make any formula, you have to give little pause so that you actually think before you start or building any formula. So let me show you something in that. So over here, 1 minute, three-way lookup, control Z. Yes, over here, I will tell you how you can actually achieve this task with the way we are discussing today. So, this is a three-way lookup, guys, three-way lookup function. Okay, we have done this way. And now how you can do that? There are two things, actually, the candidate and pre-test, the type of test. So we have to make drop down, three drop down. So first, actually, drop down of test. All right. And the second one, drop uh, down of candidate. All right, and then we have to make drop down of subject. So there are three things we have to cover. So before we get into these things, let me just copy the candidate name and paste somewhere else so that this part will not be visible when you showcase it to the people, or to the to your team, or to your manager. So now let me copy the subject also, which actually will have drop down for that. So let me just copy. As we have copied in a horizontal way. Now we have to transpose and to get into the column, so that we can apply our data validation easily. So now what is left now? Pre-test. So understand now, the funny thing is that we are nowhere using these pre-test or type of test in our kind of dashboard, only for sake of visibility, like which test refers to what, we will use them. So now you see that, and you will enjoy the session because we are going to cover lots of things in this. So now I'm going to put this over there and making the same formatting so that it will look little better. So now these are three things we have here. So let me highlight, or let me hide these so that it will be easy to see the things. So now drop down of test, over there I'm making uh, type of test. All right, so we have to select the type of test. Let me put the formatting over there. Understand, type of test, here I put candidate. All right, here I put the subject. Okay, so type of test, we have test. Now let me go back to my data and data validation. In data validation, you have to select list, and you have to have a type of test. Guys, this is my type of text. I'm selecting these three things, you can see, and then put OK. Let me have the same formatting, or maybe let me put the font 16, and then you see, if I pre-test or mid-test, let me control B. So this is a type of test. Only the selection will help you. When the result will come, you will see. Now candidate, actually if you go the data and data validation and make it list, and these are the candidate. All right, and then you do OK, and after that you see the result is coming. Again you do the control B, so you can select to your requirement which you want to see. And now subject, again you have to go to data validation, and again you have the list, and you can see these are my subject, guys. All right, so you can see control C, the formatting will be available now. English, science, math, commerce, anything you can select. So these are my drop downs. So I want score also to be reflected over there. Maybe you can make one more. I want score. So let me make the same formatting there, formatting this. So what we can do, guys, there are three tables. Okay, so it means if I select any one of them, the table of course should go changed, or table also varies over there. This is actually the table. How we can achieve this task, guys? So before we get into that, let me tell you, we are clear about VLOOKUP. All right, now we have to use choose function. How choose function is working. So before choose function, let me tell you something, and let me cover a little bit logical function, because in the next session I will cover logical functions extensively. Actually, if I tell that 1, 2 and 3, and logical function, if I have to create, if uh, this equal to 1, I need uh, 1. All right, and again if I have to write like else criteria, not 1, maybe I have to write other than 1, other than 1. So guys, if I12 equal to 1, it has to return 1. Otherwise, it has to return other than 1. You can see that 1 actually has become 1, otherwise other than 1. So very basic formula we have used. But now, if you have to use some other criteria, so you can use this way. After you have 1, now if you tell again, if uh, this equal to 2, it should give 2. All right, so remember always the text has to be in inverted commas. All right, and number should always be number, no inverted commas. Now I'm putting else criteria, else it should give me 3. All right, now you see the result, it will give 1 2 3 this way, 1 2 3. So this is all basics, and understand this because extensively we are going to use in our next session. Now with choose function also, if I tell uh, choose, so understand this, you have to again use kind of index. If you tell 1 comma, if you tell Ankur and or Amit, or maybe Vicky, Vicky, Wiki. So you can see the result is Amit. Why? Because this is the one value you pass over there. So this is one. If you tell over there 2, so Wiki will come. So the same method we are going to use, actually inside the choose function we are going to use logical function to get our range back, because range is dynamic, which is working on the basis of selection here. If you select mid test table will come, final test will come. So this is my mid test table, and guys, this is my final table. Table could be anything. It can be 10 2-dimension table or 3-dimension table. So now let me show you how we can achieve the task. First, let me make the range, guys, equal to choose. So understand now, if this equal to pre-test, pre minus test, the range should be, guys, this one. This is my range. So press F4, guys. All right, now if this equal to mid test, if this equal to mid test, guys, I want actually this table, understand this. So you can again log this, press F4, guys. Okay, the session is going to be interesting and we are defining all the things. Okay, and now if again you have to give if criteria, because we have multiple criteria. If, or maybe you can actually leave that, we have all the criteria covered. We have covered pre-test, mid-test, else you can give by default this criteria, this table. Actually, this is my table. All right, so again you can press F4, so you can lock this, and you can just see. So are we missing something here? No problem. So maybe one more column it is asking. So now understand what are we missing here. If L3 is there, all right, and let me just check the formula, actually logical function. Okay, if L3 equal to pre-test, it should give me sorry, we have done something wrong here. We have to tell that if L3 equal to pretest, we have to give 1, and then if this equal to mid test, it has to give me 2, and comma, if this equal to final test, it has to give me 3. All right, and now you see that this function is covered now. Now it has come back to our choose function, comma, and what we should give if 1 is there. This is my table range, guys. Okay, press F4. I know the formula is little tricky, but you have to do by yourself, guys. Okay, now again we have lost the range, so again you have to select this and press F4. F4, press F4, this F4, guys. All right, do the comma. So you have to be very careful when you select the range. So now you have to select everything and then press F4. Entire range is logged, comma. You go little down and be careful when you're selecting the range. Now this is the table. Again, you have to select entire things. Press F4, guys. All right. Again, you have to do, again, you have to make one more comma because you have 3 tables. And now you have to select this entire range from this through this. And again, you have to press this and press F4, guys. Okay, so this is our table. So now if you select mid test, so you mid test Maria 78, so you can see the range. If you just press F9, so you see Maria 78. So this is perfect, it is working fine. So this is kind of a range we got. Now we have keep this range intact in the formula, but over there we are going to use equal to VLOOKUP, guys. VLOOKUP we are going to use. What we are searching in VLOOKUP? The candidate name, guys. Okay, and who is the candidate, guys? Actually this is the candidate we are looking, and then we are putting this value. All right, for the time being, give the subject location by default 4. Assume that and see what result we are getting, comma 0. So mid test, commerce score is this Rocky. So Rocky, actually Rocky score, you see that uh, mid test Rocky mid test is 36 commerce. So Rocky is 36 mid score, guys. It is wrong or it is correct. Let me check again, because this is the formula which we have created. So you can see that why we have put 4. 1 2 3 4. 4 is science. All right, so we have to put 5 over there. So 5 means Rocky scored 69 in mid test. So Rocky scored 69 in mid test is commerce, actually. So now this is correct, actually. So let me highlight this also, because this is quite tricky. Lots of if and choose function, but trust me, guys, this is very simple formula. The way we are doing, you have to do the same thing. And in this formula you will learn choose function, if function. They're all basic function we are covering. The way I'm telling you here, it is actually easy to understand this formula. So 69 score we are getting, but we have hard code this fifth value. We don't know the location of subject. So as I mentioned, instead of giving this 5, you can use match function. In the match function, actually you can use one more bracket, and you can select this subject you are searching over there in this actually area. Guys, understand, this is the sequence from candidate to commerce is available everywhere. So that's why whatever location of subject you get, it will be correct only. So now you play with this. If you select Molly scored 57 score in commerce mid test. Now you see Molly, this is Molly, and she scored 57. Now let's find out how much Molly is scored in science. It should be 78. Now let me just science, it is 78. It is working, guys. So now you see, this is called three-way lookup. So you have three drop down, and this function will work either way round. So if I select math, Molly has scored 43 in math mid test. Molly has scored 43 in math. You can see that, okay? And now let me find out final test. Molly scored 58 in math. So Molly scored 58 in math, which is correct, guys. The result is correct. Now with this kind of dashboard, you can actually select the candidate and Maria. Maria scored 60 in final test in math. So Maria scored 60 in math. Now let me search. Matthew scored how much? So Matthew is over there also. See, we have used some dummy data. So whenever you are looking up for the value, it will always look up for the first value. Understand now? So maybe let me put some dummy data, or maybe put some 56 marks for Matthew final test 56. So Matthew, let me make it Matthew, guys. Matthew. So Matthew scored 60, 46 in math. Now see, Matthew scored 46 in, so Matthew scored 46 in math, guys. English 56. Now you make this English, it will become 56. So 56 is coming. So it will always give the first value. Though Matthew is available here also, so it will not come. It will always give the first value. So always remember, when you have multiple values or duplicate values, VLOOKUP or match function, they always give the result the very first value. So here I'm searching Matthew in pre-test. So you can see Matthew pre-test we have 49, though Matthew is also available in the 11th row. But if I make it Matthew 1, the result will come 70. Now you can see that 70 has come now. So you know that this is very much useful for you guys. I hope you found this useful. Please keep on practicing. I'm just showing you the table once again. This is first table, and now this is my second table, guys, and now this is my third table. And the formula which we have applied, let me just copy this formula and paste it somewhere else so that it can be easily visible for you guys to understand this. And now let me make this formula, and let me control X, let me put this formula uh, from formula here. All right, so you can see this way you can let me make the font little smaller. Control B. Let me make it, no, this is fine. So now guys, this is the formula which you can actually read and explore by yourself. It will be very useful. And now let me go back. This is actually we have covered three-way lookup. Let me sign this, and how to look up the last value from a column. So understand now, last value from a column, how to find out the last value from a column. Understand that we explore this, we copy this data and paste somewhere else. I want to find out Matthew last score. Last score we have to find out. LAST, last score. How we can find out the last score from this, so that generally our function gives the first value. Now how we can find out the last score, guys? So first let me tell you, we have a function called VLOOKUP that has already been used, and you know a lot about that. There is another function called a lookup function. Actually, lookup function performs approximate match, okay, in one column, or and return the corresponding value from another column. So let me show you that the argument of that function and syntax. uh, Lookup function. So this is the function which will come to rescue to get us the result what actually we need, the last score of Matthew, where Matthew is found twice in this range. If you apply VLOOKUP, it will throw 49, this value. All right, with VLOOKUP it will give this value. But if you want the last value or latest value, or whatever you call, so it will give the score. So now let me tell you how we can do that. Let me show you one example. Use search function. Search function we are using and finding out the Matthew over this range. All right, and now see, if I press F4 and you see the result. If you evaluate this formula by pressing F9. You open the formula. Actually, you're getting 1 at the very end. 1. So it means the 1 has been, actually Matthew has been found, Matthew is found twice in this formula. You can see this is first one and this is the second one. But now we have to understand what actually we need here. So we are looking for some value equal to lookup value. If you use lookup value and search the latest value, maybe the value which is greater than, the value which are found in this, all right. So it's better in the lookup value, always remember you have to use 2 power 15. Actually this is the maximum limit of a cell, 2 power 15, 2 raised to 15. So this actually you have to use to find out overall this value. And now if you divide all the values whatever you get, 2 by this, so maybe it will give the correct result. Because though we don't have this much data in Excel, so no need for that, and you can do that way still. And now we have the result vector. We need this result, guys. Press F4. Now you see we are getting 70. Actually Matthew scored 70, all right. And if you see Mary again, you just copy this and put Mary. It has 63 because Maria scored 63, whereas Maria scored 36. So over here we had to find out last score which we got here with this formula. Again I'm telling you this formula equal to lookup. So what lookup does, that lookup actually performs the lookup value from the latest value in from the column which we have seen that. So what actually happens, there are other ways also to find out the same value, but this is actually the function which prefers, which is most preferred. So again I'm telling you this function actually performs approximate match, lookup in one column, and this behavior makes it useful for solving some problems in Excel. So guys, lookup function, what we are looking for, this actually, this we are searching. uh, Again, this is the value, lookup value. What is lookup value? Again we have to search. So first you start this formula with search function because it's unlike Excel VLOOKUP. Okay, though we are used to using lookup function with the lookup value, but this is actually the lookup value we are searching. We are searching this Maria in this array, and then we are finding some kind of values. You can see that, press F9. F9 is the value. We got some values 11111. Suppose there are big characters are there, like lengthy strings. So maybe this could be, as the length of a cell, or maybe the limit of the cell is 2 and 2 power 15. So 32,767 is the limit. So this is the limit, 32,767. So how we can validate that? You can use wrapped function. If you repeat anything, let me start with pipe symbol, with this time it will give the correct result because this is the limit. But the time you increase this one by one, it will give the error, value error, because the limit is just 32,767. Only this much character can come in a cell. Assume that this much character are there in a cell. So we are safer side using this formula, because lookup value, if I tell you something, suppose I'm putting 2 over there and 2 over there, or maybe 2 over there, I'm putting 12, 12 and 14, and maybe I'm putting this value. All the values are different, but if you use lookup function, and you know that 2 is the value. If you are searching 3 value in this array, all right, and I want the result from this, so you see what result will come. Result will come 14, because actually it always performs the latest value, but you have to give the bigger value what is available. So there we have given 3 value which is bigger than this array. The same thing we have done over there. So if you have this formula, so you can use equal to lookup function. So you know that it will give the location, but we don't know what location it will give. That's why we are using 2 power 15. This is the maximum range or maximum limit of characters which can come. Now I want result vector, which is this result vector. And now you can see, after we get result vector, this is my result, 63. Maria 63 is there. If you do James, James. James also will get 66. So James 66, but James is also there 44. And if you apply VLOOKUP, let me tell you, VLOOKUP, we are searching James, and where we are searching James, over there, and put this, and you can use comma 2 comma 0. You see what is the result, James, it will throw 44 answer. So I hope you found this useful, guys. And now let me tell you the last exercise. Maybe this is called bonus exercise for all of you guys. If you have to understand this function, index match, or VLOOKUP, please, you have to little bit practice by yourself. Let me tell you one example. These are my sales. Okay, these are my sales for the entire year, like January, this much sale, this is my month. And you see, this is actually the total sale. Okay, month wise, total sale month wise. Let me do that, alt HBA. Please pay attention, this is amazing exercises, and very good learning for all of you. The question is that if we make the drop down, let me do that, you will understand the ask now better. Drop down, and you see I'm selecting list, and these are my month I'm selecting. All right, and now understand, I have, if I select January, it should give me total sale. So I want a total running sale. So maybe if I select January, it should give me this. If I select over here February, the total should be this, 2469. All right, 2469 total should be there. If I select March, the total March total will come 3705. So accordingly, if I select May, so up to May, it should give me the total over there. How we can achieve this task, guys? So very simple, please stay connected. Now equal to, we are searching the location of February. We are searching the location of February over here. Maybe you can start this way. All right, because it will give the correct row. And now you can see the row is fourth. February is located at fourth location. You can see this is my fourth location. See, though you can start here also, but here you have to subtract 2, because this is 3. We want 1 2 3 and so on. So this is actually 4. Match February location. I want actually the sale of February month. So you can use index function, and index function, you can actually, you can park this formula this way. See, you know that there is a 4 signs, so you can just park this somewhere else. All right, so you again select this entire thing, press F4, and comma, you can see the February sale is 1235, but our result is not out. We need this actually 2469. Guys, it is very simple here. So now you can actually, you can just copy this formula, and you can actually do, we have copied that formula. You can just select this, and then you can the formula which we did earlier. So this formula. So if you open this formula, press F9, you see both the values are found there. If you select June, so you see all values up to June are found. All right, June 5 and June this 1239. Now you know that where are we going. This is my array. We can use some product function. So once we use some product function, it will give the correct result. So if I do that, equal to this and equal to this plus this, you just drag this formula. So now you see 7419. June is the 7419. If you select October, October has the sale 12385. All right. If you do November, November has the sale this much, 13629. So this is all done, guys. I hope you are fine. I hope you're finding the session more useful, and stay connected. Thank you very much. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.